Albanese I'm very friendly with. I don't know anything about the election. He's been very, very nice to me, very respectful to me. I have no idea who the other person is that ran against him. And, we've had a very good relationship.
Victory, really, historically, governments don't go forwards in their re-election bid. 2010, Labor went backwards. Howard went backwards in 98. Hawke went backwards in 84. That's just the way that it works. It was quite an astonishing outcome.
Oi, you seen the mess that just went down in Aussie politics? Mate, it's bloody wild. If you're not sitting down for this one, you might want to. Because what just happened with Peter Dutton losing out again, and Trump stepping in like some weird, overfed American puppet master, this ain't just your standard election yarn. This is the kind of political stitch-up that reeks of backroom deals, foreign influence, and ego-driven leaders playing games with Aussie democracy like it's a Saturday night poker game at the pub. Before we unpack this Trump-Albanese-Dutton circus, where Trump ghosts Dutton, calls Albo a great guy, and Sky News needs a lie down, smash that like button, like you're wiping Dutton from Trump's memory. Subscribe if you're done with political soap operas, and grab the Albo-lutely clueless shirt. Links in the description. Here's the thing nobody's got the guts to say on telly. Peter Dutton didn't just lose because the voters turned their backs. He lost because Donald bloody Trump backed Anthony Albanese. Yeah, let that sink in for a sec. Trump, the same bloke who thinks climate change is a hoax and once tried to overturn an election, suddenly has nothing but praise for Albo. Doesn't that raise the old brow? Albanese, the so-called man of the people, getting a pat on the back from one of the most controversial, divisive leaders the world's seen in decades. You can't make this crap up. Trump was strutting around the White House lawn like a rooster on coke, talking up how respectful Albanese has been to him, and claiming he doesn't even know who Peter Dutton is. Classic Trump. If you lose, he acts like you're a nobody. Real mature, Donnie. But here's where it gets real murky. Trump knew what he was doing. He knows how much his words matter to conservative voters. Here and over there. And when he threw his support behind Albo, even in that sneaky, backhanded way, it sent a message. Let's call it what it is. Foreign interference. Trump's little love letter to Albanese wasn't just some throwaway line, it was a dog whistle. A big, fat American middle finger to any Aussie who still believes our elections should be our business. And while Albanese was all smiles on Triple M talking about how astonishing his win was, you've got to wonder, how much of that landslide was real, and how much was the result of big-name endorsements from blokes who shouldn't even have a say here? And Peter Dutton. Poor bastard got blindsided. He's not a fan favourite. We get that. Looks like he was born frowning and hasn't smiled since the Howard era. But he was the coalition's only shot at stability. Say what you want about the bloke. At least he's not polishing Trump's shoes for political points. Albanese, on the other hand, looked like a giddy schoolboy when Trump threw a bit of praise his way. Real leadership, that. And now, everyone's asking if there's going to be a phone call between Albo and Trump. A phone call? Mate, they're probably already texting each other memes and organising golf weekends. Apparently Albo might take Richard Marles with him to Washington next time. Why? Because Marles can swing a bloody golf club and Trump loves a round. That's where we're at. Foreign policy now gets decided on the 18th hole. Forget national interest, forget real policy reform, this is just ego-driven theatre. Trump gets to look like a global power broker again, and Albanese gets to ride the wave like he's some international darling. Meanwhile, Dutton's left scratching his bald head, wondering how the hell he got outplayed by a bloke who couldn't even win a pub trivia night 2 years ago. And don't get me started on the media's obsession with making it all look clean and democratic. Sky News rolling out their reporters like it's just another day in Canberra. Big win for Labor, they say. Historic result, they gush. Yeah? Well, it's also a historic moment for foreign meddling. But no one's got the spine to talk about that because it doesn't fit the narrative. Let's not ignore the fact that Labor's second-term victory wasn't just rare, it was suspiciously too smooth. Governments don't gain more seats in a re-election unless something's been cooked behind the scenes. In 2010, Labor lost ground. Howard lost seats in 98. Hawke went backwards in 84. But Albo? He flies in, snags more MPs, takes the lodge like he's strolling into a Bunnings on a Sunday. And no one bats an eyelid? Pull the other one. Now Labor's got free rein to push their full agenda. Superannuation changes, Senate deals with the Greens, and a public that's still too dazed from election night confetti to realise they've just given this bloke the keys to the kingdom. And what are we going to get in return? A selfie with Trump? And a speech about friendship between nations? Spare me. And here's the kicker. While Trump and Albo play footsies across the Pacific, ordinary Aussies are still battling a cost of living crisis. Housing affordability is a joke, and half the country can't get a GP appointment without selling a kidney. But sure, let's talk about who gets to ride in the limo with Trump next time. Let's talk about golf handicaps and how respectful Albo's been. It's bloody insulting. You want the truth? The real headline isn't that Dutton lost. It's that democracy just took a hit while everyone was too busy popping champagne. We've got a PM who's more excited about an invite to Mar-a-Lago than fixing the housing crisis, and a media that's too busy licking boots to ask any real questions. So before you celebrate this so-called thumping victory, ask yourself this. Did we just vote in a prime minister, or did we just let Trump pick one for us? Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like Albo's win was less about policy and more about pleasing the bloke with the red tie and the golf cart. And if that doesn't scare you, it bloody well should. And while you're at it, snag the Albo-lutely clueless tea if you're tired of Aussie politics turning into a reality show. Links in the description. Now go on, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me this wasn't the biggest stitch-up in modern Aussie political history. I'll wait. Buckle up, legends. This saga's just heating up.